Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the New York Jets. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Wentz. Flushed out right, and he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, lived to fight another down, right?
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Moore.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's Wilson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw is Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 41. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. And incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 28.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. Kylan Granson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. To throw, it's Wentz. This is caught, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. They fake the give. Now Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And the Jets will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bobby Okereke. What a sensational effort. That's going to be a loss of 20. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. Third and long. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Second and 8 coming up. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Now it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. There he goes right side. 30. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have the coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
From the 22, Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Blankenship out for the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Johnson on the counter. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So, Charles, you talk about this offense as we play here in Week 9 of the 2021 season. Normally, you're slipping kind of past the halfway point, but now with the season expanding to 17 games, you kind of think that teams might look up and say, gosh, we still have a lot of football left to go.
No doubt about it. Remember, they've had their open week already, so this is going to be a straight shot all the way from here on out. To me, the best coaches, they tell their teams, hey, I'll take care of you during the week. You just leave it all out there on game day, and I'll make sure you're ready for the next one.
And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to second and goal.
To Johnson again. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now this organization, more than likely if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. After the interception, here's Wilson. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wilson. He'll drop this down to Coleman, powering his way forward. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They go play action now. Wilson. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Wilson will throw again. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd down and goal. Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before half for Wentz. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Play action. Now Wilson. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now it's Wilson. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
Here's the Jets punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Tackle by Ashton Davis up from the secondary. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Wentz now to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Wentz. And that's caught by the tight end, Granson. Not much there, only a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On second down, it's Taylor. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Wentz going to throw. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Trying to hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Let's go one more. Check. Lucky. Check.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Quentin Williams, his 2nd sack of the night. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They go play action with Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Play action. It's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 35.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Here's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's got Granson as tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Hard running at the 15. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 10-yard line. A big gain there on 3rd and long.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd and goal, Wentz. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Kylen Granson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Wentz going to give this to Taylor.
And he gets it down to the 32.
106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's